Hey everybody, I am Sarah with Everyday Fit with Sarah, and super stoked to be on another Friday Live with all of you. Don't mind me if I'm swaying back and forth. It's because I'm on my bike right now. I needed to get a little extra movement in while I was doing this, so don't mind me. I like to squeeze it in whenever I can. So, I hope everyone's having a great week and enjoying the Olympics. I know that we have been watching it a lot. It's been fun being able to watch it live in the afternoons, like at lunchtime with the kids. That's been enjoyable, and then watching the replays at night when we're all together. But anyway, so I told you that we are going to talk about decision fatigue today, and that is something that has been on my mind a lot. Hey Mary. So what is decision fatigue? I looked it up so I could have I have a cat fur. So I could have an accurate description for you. So, decision fatigue, this is from ChatGPT, refers to the deteriorating quality of decisions made by an individual after a long session of decision making. Essentially, the more choices you have to make, the harder it becomes to make good decisions, and this can lead to decision avoidance, making impulsive choices, or opting for the easiest option rather than the best one. So, I am sure, since we are all moms here, that we can all relate to decision fatigue, especially since a lot of us take the burden of the mental load of the hospital, what the hell, house. We're working, we are taking care of the kids, we're making all the appointments, we're making sure there's groceries and all that stuff taken care of. So we're already mentally taxed from that mental load. And then we have all these other decisions to make. And one decision that I am sure a lot of you can relate to is, what should we have for dinner? That was one of the most frustrating things back in 2020 when we couldn't go out to eat, couldn't order takeout. It was just like, now what are we going to eat tonight? I assume you can all relate. So how do we get around that? It's a decision that, hi Mom, that has to be made every day, right? That's where, for our household and for me, one, taking some of the decision away, I have the same lunch every single day. Every single day. I love it. I look forward to it every day. And I have never gotten sick of it, and I've been eating it every day for 5 years, give or take. So that's one way to take away some of that decision fatigue after dealing with everything else. You can do this really easily with breakfast and lunch. And the other thing is meal planning. I am not a meal prepper. I'm not the type that is going, sorry, there's seriously cat furs. I'm not going to chop all my vegetables on a Sunday or, cut up all my meat and all that and I only have so much time with my family. I can't do that per se, but I do meal plan. My husband and I sit down on either a Saturday or a Sunday, and we list out what we're having for dinner that whole week. We have like a binder of recipes, and I try my best to go through what we have in the house, so we're not always necessarily making something from scratch every night. Leftovers are a wonderful thing. I do like to batch cook, big casserole or whatever, so that I can save leftovers for, to freeze or whatever. And that has saved us a lot of stress. So we meal plan on Saturday or Sunday, then we go grocery shopping to get anything we might need for the meals we have planned. And we try to make big meals on the weekend so that we have some leftovers to sprinkle in during the week, so we're not necessarily cooking big meals. Oh, there a cat joined us. During the week when we're working, because that's a lot harder. And then we track everything with an app. It's called Skylight. You can put all your chores on it. It integrates with your calendar. You can send pictures to it when it's sleeping. It's really cool. And on that, I also keep a list of all the leftovers we have and like all the meat that we have in the fridge or the freezer. So I have a fridge list, I have a freezer list, and then we kind of go off from there with our meal planning. So that's how we do it, and that's what works best for us. Like I said, I don't prep, but I plan. Unless I know for some reason I'm going to make something fancy during the week when I'm working, then, I might prep it then. I do have one meal. Oh, I have one meal. I make a really good macaroni and cheese. It's posted in the guides. My daughter actually really loves it. But it does take some prep work because instead of like using flour for a roux, it uses pureed chickpeas. You can't taste them. It doesn't taste like chickpeas. But you have to let them soak, and then you have to shuck them because they have like a peel. And if you don't do that when you puree it, those things get gross. So that's the one meal that I do prep if I know I'm going to make it during the week. Because after that, it's really easy. Okay, so decision fatigue when it comes to working out. So you want to get fit, you want to get in shape, you've started eating healthier, you're meal planning, and you want to work out. So you go to the gym, and you don't know what to do, what to start with. You're watching other people and doing maybe what other people are doing, and maybe you're like just wandering around for 20 minutes trying to figure out what to do. So you wasted 20 minutes when you could have been exercising or working out, and so you just jump on the treadmill and you're good. Treadmill's better than nothing, but you had that 20 minutes when you don't know what to do. There's too many options. There's free weights, there's machines, there's cardio, there's classes. I'll just do what that person's doing. But that's not necessarily going to get to your goals, because that person's goals might be bulk up for bodybuilding and you're trying to do some fat loss. So the exercise prescription is completely different. Fat loss is building lean muscle and a little bit of cardio, hence I'm on my bike right now, movement. Bodybuilding is heavy muscles, isolated muscle groups, so you're not going to get the same calorie burn, because they also rest a lot, because they have to lift really heavy weights and then they rest for like 5 minutes after like 10 bicep curls, more like 6. And then they rest, and then they go and they do another 10 or 6 or 8 bicep curls, and then they rest. So that's not, the most efficient use of your time. And it's also not very efficient to try to necessarily do it all yourself. That planning, that figuring out what to do, it is time consuming to do the research and figure it out, because there is some simplicity to it in general, but there is a science behind it, and it's hard to tease out the science from the influencers and the people just trying to gather a following. So they're going to spout off some crappy, inaccurate, non-factual information just to get attention, and then they get a bunch of followers, and I can't even tell you how many times I have started following someone like that just to see what's going on, and the backlash that they wind up getting because their programs don't work. They don't know what they're talking about. They like to work out. Liking to work out is not the same thing as understanding the science behind exercise, understanding what someone's goals are and how to create a program for that person's goals. Sorry, I'm really warm now. Hold on, just give me a second. I don't know why I left my hair down when I was going to be on the bike. There we go. So that's, another kind of decision fatigue. You're scrolling through Pinterest, you're scrolling through Instagram, and you're looking. Oh, well, that looks good. But it's not necessarily going to get you where you want to go. But exercising is great. Don't get me wrong. Exercising is great. Do that. But if you have a goal beyond just exercising, you need a plan. And why not take some of that stress off your plate? Take some of that decision fatigue off your plate. Find somebody that can help you design a program for you that will help you achieve your goals, whatever they may be. Weight loss, get stronger, fat loss, wanting to jog a 5K, whatever your fitness goals are. if you can find a program that will take so much stress, because then it's just like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym and this is my program. I'm going to do this. It's so much easier. When I first started my fitness journey, I was using YouTube videos before I became a personal trainer, and they were great. But I can't tell you how much time I wasted scrolling through YouTube looking for a video. And I had just one channel that I followed, so it's not like I was scrolling through a bunch of channels. But I would get to the channel that I've subscribed to and I followed, and I would be like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Oh, is this? And I would start it and be like, oh, if this warm-up's too long, I don't have time for that. And before you know it, 10 to 20 minutes, because I couldn't decide. So that is actually one of the things that I have loved about being my own trainer, is I create my programs myself. I do the same thing Monday through Friday, and then I switch it up on the weekends, and if I do a bonus workout. But I, play with the reps, I play with the sets, I play with the timing to make sure I'm achieving the goals that I want, which for me, I think you guys know, I'm looking to get strong. I am happy with my weight, but I really like lifting up heavy things and putting them back down. So that's my goal. But I know how to program the crap out of a weight loss program. So anyway, so that's decision fatigue. Goes a lot with mental load of household, and it's a tough battle. But if you can put some tools in place to help take away some of the decision-making aspects of it, it can definitely help. And putting that plan in place is just like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I don't need to think about it. So I hope this was helpful. I am happy to have seen you guys watching, and I will pin it to the top of the group. And eventually I'll move it to the guides. And that's it. So I hope you're enjoying the group. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Let me know if you have other topics you'd like me to cover, or else I'll just keep coming up with stuff that comes off the top of my head, because this is a nice little vent session for me too. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.